Hey guys, this is Kevin Cook with KCC Photography and KCC ACTIONS.com. I'm going to really quickly go over a few things on creating this look. And there's lots of things going on here, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to first just go back to the beginning, and I'll tell you I'm not going to do the liquefy because on this particular computer I need to fix it. I had to do it on another Mac that I have. So I'm just going to get into the actual editing. Alright, so what we're going to do is go ahead and start with our KCC painted action, and this is a big part of the way it looked to create the look that it gave. So you can see instantly when I click that, it gives us all these options, and you can see the big difference here. It creates lights and darks, shadows. It's almost like a dodge and burn effect instantly. Then we have some dodge and burn. You can paint in eyelashes, over the highlights, over shadows. You can adjust the sharpness, and these are things that you can play around with. Color adjustments, those types of things, but you can see instantly just by clicking on it. So really what I'm going to start with is just cutting down some of the lights just a little bit, because we're going to add some more light sources. Maybe not that much. Okay, so that's the first step in the process, and you can see the difference. You see it created a dodge and burn effect pretty much, which is what we want. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and work on his skin, because I know that it's pretty important. So let's do a couple things first. We're going to zoom in here, and I'm going to create some catch lights. So I'm just creating a layer. I'm going to use a white brush, and you really want to just play on what you have. So you can see there's a little bit of light here in the eyes. So I'm just going to draw in like that, and then maybe set this a little bit lower. And that looks pretty good. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and do our skin really quick. And I'm going to use our KCC Close-Up Rescue. Now this is made to keep texture and to make skin look really good. You can push the envelope as hard as you want to on how far you want to go with it. I'm not going to push it quite as hard. But I'll show you. So I'm going to move this to the very top, because this is going to take precedence over anything that's going on with the skin. And I like to set this around 60%. And we're just going to start brushing in here. And you can see it's starting to change some of the tone as well. But we're going to fix all this here in a second. So we're just brushing this in. And then we can adjust opacity, and there's some other little things in here if you want to play around with. You can. If you want more texture in the skin, I'm going to add just a little bit, and that looks pretty good. Okay, so we'll come back and fix anything that we have to later with that. I'm going to go ahead and get working on the background and tones. So I'm going to start with a couple actions that I use all the time. And it really helps with the background to make it look a lot better. So we're going to go with our Bokeh 1.0. And I'm using this one because this one has more of a silky feel for the background. It's better for fashion. So if you like that type of photography, you'll like this. So we're actually going to stick this on top as well. And we're going to brush off of our subject with a black brush. Okay. And actually I need to do that at 100%. There we go. So we're keeping it in the background, but we are pushing it in the foreground. Alright, and then we're actually going to turn on our color effects more for this. So you can see we had some mark behind there. So the next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and add our matte with ColourPop. And this is a big part of this photo, the reason it looked the way it did. And this also is going to be pushed up. And we're going to erase this off of his skin, most of his clothes here. We're only using this just for tonal purposes. So maybe somewhere around there for now. Let's go ahead and drop our light in. And I'm using, this is from the Light Leaks 3-pack. I'm just using, I gotta get back to where I am here. This one is called Behind Us, and it's from the Light Leaks 3-pack. We're going to stick this on top here in a second. Let's change this to screen. And you can kind of see now with the matte and the painted how this is all, the colors are starting to come out now. So let's move this up to the top, and I'm actually going to cut this down just a little bit for right a second. There we go. And then I'm going to cut my matte up a little bit. Alright, so now I'm going to do a couple little things here. We're going to start with Pop the Subject. This is one of the most popular actions that I have. And you can see it creates almost like a off-camera effect. We're just going to brush this off the subject just a little, then I'll adjust the opacity to make it. There we go. And then we're going to add our lens filters. And this is going to go to the very top. So this was pretty straightforward. You can add different ones, and that's what we're going to do here. So we're going to add warm light and blue veil to get some of that tone. Maybe somewhere like that, and then we're just going to come back here and make some small adjustments. On exactly how we want this to look and shape up. So I'm softening the background, you can see. Let's go ahead and get some of this right here. There we go. And then I'm going to do one more thing here, and this is just for toning. To give it the look, the finished look that we have, we're going to run one over it called Whimsy. But we're not going to use very much for this. This is going to go right here. And you can see it created those really blues and yellow tones together. And as far as the tones, and you can do a little dodging and burning, but this is the way that I got or get this look. If you want to emulate that look, you can. At the very end, you can make very small adjustments here on light. I think I might have popped it up just a little bit. If you have any questions, you can email them to kevin@kccphotography.net. You guys have a great day.